A polar bear that could not find ice. Due to the melting of the ice, the poor white bear lost its habitat and life, not accustomed to the warm environment. It's not a sad story, but a reality of the world experiencing climate change. One of the pervasive problems that humanity faces is climate change. Earth's climate has been fluctuating throughout the years and has experienced glacial and interglacial, in other words, cooler and warmer periods. The questions are why climate change is a serious issue and which factors contribute to climate change. However, the principal question is if it is possible to prevent climate change or not. So today, I will persuade you that climate change is a serious issue that needs to be tackled. I will present 3 causes of climate change and 1 major solution to it. First of all, I would like to begin with the seriousness of climate change and why it is a problem. Therefore, we need to look at how climate change affects the environment, especially human beings. When we think about climate change, we think about ice caps and biodiversity, but we forget about human health, said Dr. Jonathan Patz, a professor of environmental studies at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Well said. So let me begin with the human race. Since temperature affects climate, the conditions in countries change and diseases become inevitable. For example, every year we can observe that copious people lose their life because of heat waves or tropical diseases like malaria. In 2003, approximately 35,000 people died as a result of heat waves in Europe. Additionally, waterborne diseases like cholera are getting intensified in tropical areas. The shocking fact is that it is anticipated that people will be living in malarial regions by 2080, and the lack of immunity will make them vulnerable to diseases. Furthermore, diseases is not only the factor showing the seriousness of climate change. The food crisis is also derived from climate change and leads to starvation. When the temperature continues to warm, the heat waves affect the crops and inhibit their growth. David Battisti, an atmospheric scientist at the University of Washington, noted that hotter temperatures will seriously diminish the world's ability to feed itself. And if warmer periods proceed, the world's population could face a food crisis by 2100. Second of all, I would like to continue with the causes of climate change. I want to mention 3 points. The first reason is human activity. Cars, factories, smoking, and scientific research, all of them lead to the release of carbon dioxide. After burning fossil fuels such as oil, gas, and coal, carbon dioxide is released into the air and contaminates the atmosphere. Moreover, as a result of deforestation, trees are cut, and the main absorbers of carbon dioxide disappear. Trees not only absorb carbon dioxide, but also help to keep the bulk of oxygen balanced. Another reason is natural activities such as Milankovitch cycles that change the amount of sunlight falling on Earth and the El Niño southern oscillation that causes the fluctuations of temperatures in the Pacific Ocean. Solar irradiance and volcanic eruptions making the atmosphere warm are also considered natural activities. Nonetheless, based on the scientific evidence, natural activities take more time and happen rarely. Therefore, they are not as dangerous as human activities. The last reason is greenhouse gases. The gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide and chlorofluorocarbons are greenhouse gases and come from both human and natural resources and heat the atmosphere. That scientists claim that greenhouse gases help the climate is an undeniable fact. If greenhouse gases had not been released, Earth would be colder by about 30 degrees. However, it does not mean that greenhouse gases do not affect climate negatively. They affect, yet they should be balanced. The last and most important consideration is solutions to climate change. Conservationists emphasize that it is impossible to stop climate change, but it can be hindered in different ways. I particularly want to emphasize the fact that everything derives from carbon dioxide. Reducing the amount of carbon dioxide will have an enormous impact on climate change. The main solution is to stop the adverse human activity. Let me clarify it. As I mentioned above, fossil fuels are the main reason for climate change. And terminating their release by substituting cars and factories with renewable energies such as wind, solar, hydro, and geothermal, or decreasing the number of cars can be a commendable solution. Compare the cost of having an individual car, which you need to pay for more gasoline, and imagine paying 40 or 50 capex for transport. So it's time to change your vehicle. Moreover, as I mentioned above, deforestation by human beings induces climate change. And then the termination of it will maintain trees that absorb carbon dioxide and do not let it warm the atmosphere. All in all, climate change is a serious issue as it affects negatively the surroundings, especially people. Even though human activity, natural activity, greenhouse gases cause climate change, implementing all of the solutions such as preventing negative human impact on the environment and government's concerted efforts are needed. Of course, individuals can play an important role by making better choice. However, the best way is to take collective action. Climate change to some degree will be inevitable, but human suffering needn't be if we are smart enough to prepare. Thank you.